formacji jest Eric Singer, od 20 lat perkusista amerykańskiej grupy Kiss, która ma na swoim koncie ponad 100 milionów sprzedanych albumów. Współpracował z takimi gwiazdami jak Alice Cooper, Black Sabbath czy Gary Moore. Wraz z nim zespół tworzą Bruce Kulick, były gitarzysta Kiss, John Corabi, lider zespołu Scream i były wokalista zespołu Motley Crue.
I'm Bruce Kulick,
John
guitarist.
Corabi, Eric Singer.
And we're ESP.
If never I met you, never have seen you cry. If not for a first hello, we never have to say goodbye.
It's not your first time in Poland, isn't it?
For me?
Yeah?
No, it's not my first. I've been here a few times, many times. I don't know about John.
My
or Bruce.
my second time.
And only my second time. We were here in April 12th. Just John and I played acoustic.
I was here with Brian May, with Alice Cooper, with Kiss, and
No, I haven't been here with
not
Kiss.
with Kiss. No, I thought Kiss played 2008 here.
No, that
Never.
that was in Prague.
Okay, then I played with ESP, and we played. I thought we played here one time before. Okay, I've been here with Alice Cooper and Brian May. I know we played. I remember Warsaw in 1998 with Brian May. That I remember for sure.
Ain't a hard luck woman, Red's sailor's only daughter, a child of the water.
Yeah, so
I know that you love to work with Brian. What was so special in his playing or personality? Do you have any plans to join him again?
With Brian May?
Yeah.
What was special? Well, two reasons. One, Brian May is a very unique guitar player. I think he's one of the best ever, and he's one of my favorites. But also, for me, I'm a very big Queen fan. So that's what was special. But I don't think Brian plans on doing any more solo type stuff. You know, in the sense that he did before. He's been doing things with Roger Taylor, and Queen related things. So.
Bruce, and you are also influenced by Brian? Okay.
You know, it's an interesting story about Brian. Not only was I a fan, of course, because Queen being such an amazing group, and he's just such a brilliant guitar player. I actually met him during one of my first gigs backstage. I actually was backing up like a top 40 disco artist, okay? And him and Brian and the drummer came to the club. And then next thing you know, they're backstage, and I'm talking to him, and he was just the most incredibly intelligent, sweetest, friendliest man. And I promised myself, you know, if I ever had the opportunity to be known by fans and everything, I would want to be, you know, like Brian. So he was an inspiration for me in that way, not only as a musician. He's just a total gentleman, an incredible guy. And Eric's very lucky to have worked with him. I think he's a great guy.
Morning light lands on her face, another day begins.
okay, Eric, let's go to the beginning. Why did you start the ESP project? Basically.
Well, it came about actually by a friend of ours that runs the Kiss website, kissonline.com, and also he has Kiss Army Warehouse, Keith LaRue. Keith LaRue originally came up with the idea. I was going to do a record of cover songs, and he said, "Hey, I have some people that will invest to do a record if you do a record." But because Bruce and I had just come out of Kiss, he said, "If you do it with Bruce and John, they were working together in Union. Then I have somebody that will give you a record deal." So that's how it came about, 1998.
What is the difference for you when you play gigs in front of 50,000 people and with ESP when you are doing clubs for 500 people?
That'd be
about
about
14,500.
That would be about 49,500. She said difference between 50,000 and 500.
I thought you said 15.
The difference would be about 49,500 if my math is correct.
I was going to say it's just better catering, really. I mean, the 50,000.
Yeah, better catering, better
Really
hotels,
amazing.
first class in the airfare.
Yeah. No, we do get asked that, and to be honest, I mean, speaking for myself as a musician, I really care about any size audience because I really want to play well. So I'm pretty nervous in a big crowd and a small crowd. It's really interesting that I care.
I'm more
Obviously,
nervous with the smaller crowd.
the
actually.
smaller crowd's probably harder to play
More
because they're
intimidating.
really right there, you know.
I find it more intimidating
yeah.
myself. Small crowd.
Me too, actually.
Because when I was when I was small, teenager, I was always very shy about playing drums in front of anyone. So whenever I get in these kind of situations, it kind of reminds me of being at somebody's house at their basement jamming and being kind of intimidated because your friends, everybody's standing like right here staring at you. But it's rewarding. It's rewarding because a lot of the fans really, you get to see the expression, the emotion on their face. Last night we played in Oslo, Norway, and the people were very drunk. But they sang along a lot of the songs.
Yeah, they had a good time with
And
it.
honestly, I think it made it, for us, a more relaxed, loose atmosphere. And we actually ended up jamming and messing around with other songs that we didn't normally play, even just parts of songs. So it made it more loose.
Yeah, in a big crowd, you can never do that. You know, you got to stick to the program, you know.
So you're not missing big venues from time to time. You're wearing Kiss and Motley Crue? No.
No, it's like, you know.
not missing it?
No,
the chance.
well, of course. I mean, you know, we all want to play, you know, the big crowds and like Eric was saying, you know, the big light show and lots of amps, you know, but you know, this is cool too. You know, like it does give you an opportunity in a bigger situation. You don't really get to see, you know, much past the front row, you know, so this is a way to, I don't know, just get out and feel the reaction from people in a smaller setting. It's cool.
John just finished a really cool tour in America by himself, playing acoustic opening for Cinderella, very popular band in America. And you guys were touring all different places, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was very proud of him because that's pretty ballsy to get out there all by yourself and sing and play guitar in front of thousands of people. And you know, but I love doing it in an intimate club like this with him, you know. So it's all really about communicating with the people, and hopefully they enjoy your music, and it becomes a love fest.
So she combs her hair, washes her face, sings her favorite song, forces out a smile.
Eric, do you think there's any album or song that represents your drumming style the best? Basically, what is it?
I don't know. I never thought about this kind of thing. I mean, I think anytime you get to play songs, your own songs, in other words, a new record, like we're working on a new Kiss record, so even though we're playing Kiss songs or Kiss style music, I have to be conscious of that and remember that I have to play for the music and for the song first, but still that's me playing drums. I'm not trying to play like anybody else. So I think anything I play on, I think it represents what I do.
Cool. What is your favorite Kiss album?
My favorite Kiss album? Probably Dressed to Kill or Hotter Than Hell.
I think he means the ones you played on.
No, actually.
No, he means favorite
Oh,
Kiss
in general,
record.
okay.
I'd say Dressed to Kill or Hotter Than Hell. Of the ones I played on, well, I like MTV Unplugged because I just always, for me, I always tell people that was a unique kind of experience, and I always, as much as, look, I love doing the big show with the bombs and all this kind of stuff and playing dress up. It's like Halloween every night for us. But I still like the fact that when we did MTV Unplugged, it was taking all this away and showing the music just stripped down to its basic form of a song and a melody, and I think it proved.
400 people.
Yeah, but it proved to, I think, at least in my opinion, it proved that Kiss does have substance, and it was more than just, 6-inch platforms and makeup and grease paint and all this and bombs. It was, they have good songs and people we can play and we can sing.
I don't need you anymore. She said you love her. I said, play the guitar, Bruce. Yeah.
Do we have any plans to record a new ESP record? Right now, there's no plans, but that my attitude about music and music business and all bands is never say never, because anything's possible. So it's we've talked about it on and off through the last few years, but it's a matter of finding the right time to do it and somebody that wants to put a record out. It's not easy anymore. Record business keeps changing literally every month. Bruce will tell you, and John's working on you can tell him about it yourself. He's working on a acoustic record, and Bruce put out his own record last year. So they can tell you, it's not easy to try to put records out nowadays.
You are so busy with playing. Do you have any time for hobby, sport, whatever?
Hobby or sports? This is my hobby. I just feel blessed that I get to do what I like or what I love, which, I think most musicians have turned their hobby into their into their lifestyle and way of making a living.
I know a thing or two about her. I know she'll only make me cry.
Bruce, you took part in Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. Do you think it was a good experience?
Oh, he's done more than just one.
I
mean,
How many have you done?
Say, probably a dozen at least, maybe more. It's very hard work and in long hours, And Eric actually came along with Paul because Paul Stanley was a special guest at the one in L.A. and he got like a full day to see what goes on. It's always rewarding, It's not easy, but I enjoy, in a sense, sharing what I know about making a band. So I'm getting these like professionals, who are doctors and accountants and from everyday life, who always had that passion. Some of them can play a little, some are terrible, some are really talented. And then you're thrown together to kind of put them together in a cohesive band. And I'm telling you, it changes their lives, and I get the reward out of going like taking it apart and making it good. And then the other bonus is I get to play with people that I really respect, a lot of musicians, and I've backed up some of my heroes. I got to jam with Jack Bruce in London, who I'm a cream nut, played the Pete Townsend guitar parts for Roger Daltrey. It doesn't get better than that, So there's always those moments too when the counselor becomes the, like I have my fantasy because some people come in and play. And it was great. Paul played all the songs with my band. Of course, we did mostly Kiss songs, and it was Playboy Mansion was a lot of fun. It's a great time. Like I said, hard work but very rewarding. And there's more coming. More of them.
Everybody says she's looking good, and the lady knows it's understood. Strut up.
I'm mixed Russian and then Polish and some what they called Prussia, or that it's just Eastern Europe. Apparently on my mother's side, my grandmother came from Poland. I think our trip, I was kind of fascinated with it. I was looking forward to seeing Poland, because obviously back in the times of my grandparents and everything, this was a very different place, as you know. It was Russian controlled, right, and problems, and not the kind of. We were really impressed with a lot of the modern stuff we see here and how people are living here. Quite impressed.
Everybody says she's looking